Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. For today's video, we got Colin Cowherd going on the record to say the Lakers will not win the title this season. I want to know the reasonings behind this, man, because, when the NBA was suspended, they were the first team in the Western Conference, right? And I'm not going to go off and say that the Lakers were guaranteed to win the championships. My reasonings for the Lakers not potentially winning is because there's a lot of other really good teams out there. But I want to hear what Colin has to say about it, because I got a feeling it's going to have to do with, the bubble and Avery Bradley not playing, although they just got J.R. Smith and all that stuff going on, man. So we're going to check this out. Also, guys, I am out of town right now, so I just want to let you guys know that if my channel did hit 100K and I didn't say anything, it's because I'm out of town and I don't have cell phone service, man. So thank you, guys. Man, I got so much more to say about that, right? But, yeah, let's just watch this video, right? Okay, let's get to it.
So I saw this quote from Draymond Green.
Okay.
I tell you, I bumped into him at the fight when Tyson Fury fought Wilder.
Do not tell me that.
I liked him. Anywho. So he says he's picking the Lakers to win the championship because of one guy. You know who the one guy is. Here's Draymond Green.
Yeah, Alex Caruso.
LeBron's not going to win the championship. The only question for LeBron is when he doesn't win it, how much does he blow up this organization and get a real star player alongside he and Anthony Davis?
What more do you need? You don't need a big three. You literally have two of the top 5 players. The organization doesn't need to be freaking blown up, man. Look at all the other teams. Giannis, his second is Chris Middleton. Kawhi Leonard got, load management, Paul George. James Harden, Russell Westbrook. That's a nice duo. What do you mean they need a third star? He doesn't.
Folks, we have a history with LeBron. He's 3-6 in the finals.
Yeah.
When he has help, he gets the 3. When he doesn't have enough help, he gets the 6.
Yeah, when the help on the damn Cavaliers was damn Sasha Pavlovich and Mo Williams and Boobie Gibson, sure.
They're not winning because they just lost Avery Bradley. And I know what you're saying. What's Avery Bradley? He's a piece.
Yeah, he's a piece.
Nobody's winning it by themselves. If they did, LeBron would be 9-0 in the finals.
But everybody's losing pieces. Like them losing Avery. You all look at the damn Brooklyn Nets. Yeah, the Nets were not going to get the finals, nothing like that. But they're losing the whole damn team. There's going to be freaking Z League players playing out there. Now we're going to skip the G League. Yeah, Avery Bradley's fine. I understand what he does for the team. J.R. Smith will be a replacement, not maybe the most ideal replacement. I actually would have preferred them maybe to, give Kuzma a little bit more playing time out there. Do the whole, LeBron at point guard, KCP, get Kuzma out there in the game, because I really think that his scoring could help a lot more than J.R. Smith's scoring. And, and have them maybe go for some sort of, backup big, although they said that they're going to respect Dwight Howard and not replace him. But still, it's you got to have replacements. So, yeah.
The reason Michael Jordan, we just watched the documentary, went 6 for 6 in finals because he had Scottie Pippen in all of them.
He's got Anthony
Dennis Rodman and some. And then Phil Jackson, the greatest coach in the modern era.
Okay, yeah.
Michael didn't do anything. Out of college, into the NBA without Scottie Pippen, without Phil Jackson. Didn't do anything. Couldn't get past the Pistons. That's the best basketball player ever, and I think LeBron's first or second best basketball player ever. Magic doesn't win the titles if he doesn't inherit Kareem and he doesn't get Pat Riley, probably one of the smartest 2 or 3 people that's ever been in the NBA. LeBron's not winning the championship. It's not a knock on LeBron.
You're acting like there's never been a team in NBA history that hasn't won a championship without other superstars on it. Damn, look at the Dallas Mavericks back with Dirk. They had old-ass Jason Kidd. Tyson Chandler was nice. They had the Jets. But, I mean, you're acting like it's just never been done before.
Not enough pieces. Is everybody forgetting that Avery Bradley is their 3rd best defensive player? That he would have been on the floor in the final few minutes of these playoff games.
Yeah, he is important.
When they go to the bubble now, if there's 3.5 minutes left and they're tied with the Clippers, Avery Bradley would have been on the floor. He plays 24 to 25 minutes a night, gives you 8.5 points, 44% from the field, 36% on threes, and he's their 3rd best defender after Anthony Davis and LeBron, according to defensive win shares. He would have been on the floor, not Jared Cook or Jared Dudley or Quinn Cook. So now what it comes down to is more on LeBron's shoulders, and we've seen that happen 6 times.
Not so much more on LeBron's shoulders, but maybe some of the other players out there have to step up a bit more. Maybe Danny Green has to step a little bit more. Maybe Alex Caruso has to step a little bit more. J.R. Smith now. Who, I mean, even J.R. Smith's not he's not, obviously not Avery Bradley defensively, but he's not the worst in the world. It's going to come down to if he's in shape or something like that. But, Wow, he's putting a lot of, like, it's just like as Avery Bradley was make it or break it for you Laker fans, I guess.
Times in the NBA Finals, and he's lost each one. That's not in any way a shot at LeBron James. The only question for the Lakers is when they lose to the Clippers or Milwaukee or Boston. And I think Boston really has too many good players, and I think the Clippers have too many good players. Then what does LeBron do next? But right now, without Avery Bradley, who would be on the floor late in games, a two-way player, a defendable veteran, high IQ, this is LeBron's...
But that's literally what, like, Danny Green is. Like, Danny Green's been there, done that. You know? Like, he's got championships last season. So, I think it will be fine. I think it will be fine. And that's not me saying the Lakers are guaranteed a championship. I just don't think that's the end-all, be-all of Avery Bradley.
Kind of guy. And that's why he's playing for the Lakers. It's LeBron's kind of guy. They had all the young guys. They move out. He gets Avery Bradley. It's not a coincidence. They started moving older veteran players in. Danny Green, LeBron wanted him. He was on the market. Avery Bradley, LeBron wanted him. He was on the market. Why? Veteran players, high IQ.
Oh, damn, let's go get Tony Allen. He's only 40.
Avery's gone. So now the rotation, I mean, the Lakers' playoff hopes are down to LeBron, AD, Danny Green, and cross your fingers. That's not a championship-winning formula. Not when you have a stacked Clippers, a stacked Celtics, and a very good Milwaukee team. And by the way, don't count out Toronto.
But all those teams, yes, they got more depth. But when you look at the top heaviness, it's night and day between like what the Lakers have top heavy-wise. And that's no disrespect to the other players out there. But you match up the top two players in any of those teams he just mentioned, and it's not LeBron, Anthony Davis. So, I mean, and we don't even know what, like, see, and I guess that's kind of the argument to be had out there, too. Is what's going to be more important, like the top-heavy superstars or the depth? Because I have made arguments, with like the depth with the whole bubble thing. Like, is every player going to be ready to go every single night? If not, then that's when the depth's going to come into play. Or is it going to come down to, the NBA players out there, the big names guys, just having to take another step as leaders and really carry their teams?
A lot of veterans. I just don't know if they have enough shot makers at the end of the clock. But the question's going to become, this is not about, I mean, anytime you say they'll win it because of LeBron, folks, you can't depend solely on LeBron. And nope, this is one of these stories in sports
and Anthony Davis.
Pay attention to. Avery Bradley's a real player. He is a real player on a championship team.
What team was that? Was it when he was on my Pistons damn airball and layups?
24 minutes, 9 points a game,
I actually
44% from the field, third best defensive player. Now you got Kyle Kuzma's been a Laker for 3 years.
Sure.
We looked it up this morning. Does he have a game-winning shot with the Lakers?
I'm
not sure he does. I don't think he has a shot under 12 seconds in any Laker game for the win. He may. I looked it up this morning, couldn't find it.
Why does that matter? Bro, we were only 3 minutes and 48 seconds into this, man. I'm getting pissed off, man. Like, he doesn't need that clutch shot because ain't nobody giving the ball to Kyle Kuzma with 5 seconds left. It's going to be LeBron, Anthony Davis taking it, or Danny Green.
That's what the playoffs are. Close games, big shots late. I don't think Kuzma has one. So it's, in sports, I think most of us...
What's this? Would LeBron have saved the Knicks from a dysfunctional decade? Oh, yeah, I actually did a video about this on my main channel, Crispy Flakes. I did a rebuild of LeBron and the Knicks. Go check it out, guys. Let's check this out.
I think sports is pretty good right now. I mean, obviously, with COVID, we're crossing our fingers. But, I mean, the Yankees and Dodgers are good in baseball. A lot of our traditional powers, Oklahoma, Ohio State, Bama are
Michigan
good in
sports are
football.
all garbage.
In the NFL, we've got like Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. We've still got Breeze and Brady. We got young stars. We got old stars.
We got shit in Michigan.
LeBron's one of the best players ever, and he's rolling. The Lakers are good. The Celtics are good. It's a lot of traditional powers.
Yeah, well, not everybody's freaking happy about it. I guess we got Baloney Bates, man. Imoni Bates. Imoni Mates. Postmates. We got the one dude. He's on Michigan State now, which is my rival college. I like Michigan, but it's fine. I'll still watch.
The New York Knicks have a brand. I don't think it's nearly as good as people think.
It's worth the most.
This is one of these what could have been in sports. LeBron James, when he was in Cleveland, according to Bill Simmons, wanted to be a Knick. I mean, let's be honest. The late Kobe Bryant used to say there was nothing like playing in New York. Phil Jackson took a job in New York. LeBron talked about New York. New York is special. Michael Jordan loved playing in New York. There's something about it.
I've been there before.
Whatever. But this is the classic what could have been in sports. LeBron goes Cleveland to Miami.
Wall Street.
He met with New York, and here's what apparently transpired.
Let's hear
which
it.
is frustrating
Oh,
for fans.
okay.
Now, some historical context. Every big brand in American sports, every one has had droughts. Alabama football went 18 years of Dennis Franchione and Mike DeBose and Mike Shula. They were 0 titles in 18 years.
Yeah, Pistons have been about 12 years Stanley Johnson and Kyle Singler. And now Brandon Knight again. Like, can you imagine that? Like firing or, like, getting rid of a player or even a coach that was just horrible, and then a few years down there, it was like, hey, you know what? You're going to start for us again.
And Alabama
worst
was
thing
a
ever.
big nothing burger. Green Bay Packers won Super Bowl II and Super Bowl 31. In between,
A nothing
not much to
burger would
talk
just be
about. They had
toast.
some bad years when I was a kid for about 15 straight years. The Yankees went 12 years without even making the playoffs in the mid to late 80s and early 90s. I mean, the Cowboys haven't won a Super Bowl in 25 years. Everybody has a drought. The problem, those are solvable droughts, we mostly think. Alabama can hire the right football coach,
Right.
Like, you can get the right coach or the right quarterback. You know, I mean, people in LA complain about USC football, and I'm like, they won the Rose Bowl 4 years ago.
Yo, had Reggie
They beat
Bush.
a college football power Penn State. It's been 4 years.
Matt
And even
Leinart.
last year, they weren't unwatchable. I mean, they lose to Notre Dame now. They shouldn't lose to Notre Dame as often as they do, but it's, you know, you can watch the games. They've got NFL-level players sometimes. But what's scary for the Knicks is that it's James Dolan, and he doesn't have any interest selling the team. So that becomes unsolvable.
like,
It's not the right
the
GM,
Lions.
the right coach, the right star player. They've got the wrong owner. And from
Owned by
Donald
Ford.
Sterling to the
Yo, sell us to Tesla, man. Bro, Elon Musk could be a great owner for the Detroit Lions.
Detroit Lions, to the Cubs for years,
Yep.
to an aged Al Davis, if the owner's bad, you're bad, and it's unsolvable. The second issue, do the Knicks really have a brand?
Yes.
Because think about this. They have the losingest playoff win percentage in the NBA this century.
And they're still worth
They've
the most
got
money
8
in the entire
division
NBA.
titles in their history and 23 last place finishes. What is their brand? So the last time Dolan
New
bought them
York.
in 99, they've been irrelevant for 20 years. And since most of us don't start watching TV in sports till about we're 6 or 7, 8 years old, that means for anybody that's 28 and younger, they're irrelevant. Because they've been irrelevant for 20 years. So the question now, it's
They
a
still
bad
sell out every
draft.
game, I think, don't they?
There's no free agents, and they've got a stink on the franchise that no free agents want to play there. So I don't think it's unreasonable to say they're going to be irrelevant for at least the next 4 years, maybe 5. So that would be 25 years of irrelevance.
Well, I don't really want to call the Knicks irrelevant for the next 4 or 5 years. I think it's going to be 4 or 5 years of continued improvement. Which, of course, you know, with that being said, when you're already bad and continued improvement, well, it's not looking the greatest out there. But, I mean, I like RJ Barrett. I like Mr. Robinson. I think they're going to get a pretty good, hopefully good young player in the draft. And, you know, if those guys come together, like I said, like Colin said, you know, 4 or 5 years. But it's not going to be irrelevancy because they have, at least now, which they didn't have before, is they got something going for them. And that's something a free agent will eventually sign up to play for. Because, like, the reason no big names have been going over there, not a lot going on for them.
And if kids don't watch TV sports and really, you know, start building their loyalty to about 7, 8 years old, 25 plus 7 or 8 is 32. Meaning nobody under 32 years old sees them as a brand. Translation, free agents. Kevin Durant talks about that. My question is, if they're bad for 4 more years and they don't have a star player now, it's not a good free agent year or a draft year, and they've got a stink that's going to hurt them for at least the next 4 to 5 years. That makes 25 years of irrelevance. Kids don't really start getting into a brand or a...
Okay, guys. Yeah, I don't really know where he's going with this. If I'm being quite honest, I think the Knicks are completely fine. Yes, they are not a great team right now, but, you know, I mean, I don't think anybody's, like, writing them off as, like, just... I don't know. It almost sounds like he thinks, like, eventually they're going to be, like, maybe sold or, like, switched to a different fan base. Like, nobody's taking the Knicks on New York. And, you know, when they're in New York, they're always going to have a brand, guys. But anyway, that's all we got, man. Thank you all so much for watching, bro. I got my, like, brightness on really high, it looks like, or something. Probably like damn Casper the Ghost. My God. Okay. All right, that's all I got, man. Peace out.